Hey guys! In a previous video, I showed you how I did my homemade organic chicken burgers. So in this video, I'm going to show you something that I love doing a lot with things that I prep in advance, which is how to use it 3 different ways. For something I'd make for myself to take to work, for my partner, for my kid. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I use chicken burgers 3 ways with stuff I already have in the fridge. So we're going to start with a soup, because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll make a soup for my kid, or I will make a soup for myself and I just throw it in a thermos like this. There's a little spoon that goes in the side of it, which is in my dishwasher. But this is something that I use a lot, and I put my broths and different soups in here and I bring it to work. It stays hot all day. And any kind of thermos I love. I have a drawer of them. I just love them. Okay, cool. So chicken broth that I already had made. This was previously frozen. I thawed it out because I cook a lot with it. So for a soup I'm going to make for my kid or for myself in the morning for work, I'll just put maybe 2 cups if I'm going to make this for, a couple people. That looks good. 2 1/4. Then I'm just going to move this to the side so I could show you like the kind of stuff I'll put in there. This is already prepped sprouted red rice. I really like it because it's different, to change things up, because I use a lot of rice in a lot of different recipes. This is just sprouted red rice that I cooked in some broth and water, just like I showed you guys in a previous video. This was in my fridge, so a lot of times I'll add rice to the soup. It's already cooked. It's so easy. And also, for yourself, just figure out, if you're doing more of a low carb thing, you put in less rice, maybe just vegetables. I love rice and I think it's a great neutral base. So I tend to put maybe like a cup in there. Then I have some little prepped carrots. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of, chop this up. And I'll add the carrots to the soup. And then once I get the carrots and the cauliflower in, because I also have some prepped cauliflower over here, then I'll put them on the stove and I'll let all this cook for a few minutes so that these vegetables can start cooking. And then the last thing I'll throw in is one of our prepped chicken burgers. So this is like a super easy, healthy meal that I make for everybody, honestly. It's so healthy, it's so good for you. And again, I love having broth as a base of any of my meals that I'm prepping. So throw those carrots in. Have some prepped cauliflower. I'll just chop this smaller, chuck it in the pan. I love cauliflower. It's just so sturdy. It takes on all these flavors you cook with. I just love it. You can do so much with it. You can steam it, you can broil it, you can bake it, you can turn it into cauliflower. I mean, it's just so versatile. You can do so much with this stuff, and it's hearty. I like it because it's hearty. Okay, great. So I just chucked all that stuff in this little pot here. So I'm just gonna put it on the stove and I'm gonna cook it for about 5 minutes. Okay, so now we have our soup. The vegetables are cooked through. And now all we're gonna do is add a chicken burger. When I'm doing my soup, I just chop it up into little cubes. Also, depending on how old your kids are, I have a toddler, so she likes little smaller cubes. If your kids are older, then just make bigger chunks. For me, I do the bigger chunks, Now let's just heat this up for another minute and then it's good to go. This was literally just a couple more minutes. Everything's cooked in there. So here is an example of the soup. So this is a big meal. So this is like an adult size. So if I'm, doing this for my daughter, I'll just take this and put it in a smaller container. But this is just to show you an example of what this could be. And then what I'll do is take a little bit of my cilantro and parsley with my handy kitchen shears, and just cut some fresh herbs on the top. And there's the first example of something that I'll do with the chicken burgers. So now I'm going to show you the next example. So now the next thing you can do with one of these chicken burgers is you can turn it into a salad. So a lot of times what I'll do is organic greens And then I'll slice my chicken burger up and I'll just toss it in a pan and heat it up with a little bit of olive oil. So a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm gonna show you an example of how I just make it for one person. If I'm just making lunch for myself before work that I'm gonna bring with me. I just slice them and lay them on their sides and I let it heat up and brown a little bit and then I'll just flip it over. So I'll let that kind of heat up first. So now we have our little chicken burger. Let's put that all pretty on the side. So then what I'll do is, I'll add some avocado slices because I love avocado so much. So I'll put a little slice of avocado, put a little tomato, because again, it's all about, presentation. You want it to look super pretty and have some nice color. So if I'm bringing this to work and I'm putting this in a container for work, I won't put tomato on it because that'll make the lettuce, kind of soggy. But for now, as an example, if I'm just making it, for my husband or something, grate a little bit of cheese on top. This is some organic cheddar. And then I'll do lemon juice, olive oil. And then also if you're making it for your kids, be careful with seasoning. If you're making it, for teenagers or adults, get the seasoning on there. Some salt and pepper. I always do less seasoning and then I kind of pizzazz it up when I know who I'm cooking it for. So here's another example of something that I'll use with my prepared chicken burgers. Here is a third example of what I'll use with my prepared chicken burgers. Okay, so this is just a toasted piece of gluten-free bread. You can use any kind of bread that you like. This is my organic butter, and I love butter, so I kind of put it on everything. But what I'll do is I'll smear some avocado onto it. I'll literally just make some avocado toast. I also really love Munster cheese. I feel like it's a really beautiful, mild cheese. So whenever I make any kind of sandwich, I usually end up putting Munster on it because I just love it. So just put, however much you want on there. And then what I'll do is slice of tomato, little color, little texture, And then just heat your turkey burger up just like we did for the salad, just in a pan. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of just lay it on there. Salt, pepper, because again, when we prep this, we didn't put that much seasoning on it. So depending on who you're making this for, add your seasoning. And a lot of times I'll add mustard. You can lay some mayonnaise on the bread, whatever you guys like. I love mustard, so I like to put mustard on there. You can either just like wipe it onto the bread or you can just do a little, just a little bit on there. I love mustard, and you can put it, some people put it right onto the bread with mayonnaise, some people put it on top. It's just whatever whatever your preference is. And then I love iceberg lettuce because when you make a sandwich with it, you can really just kind of like grip it, get a nice grip on it and eat it, which is great. So I happen to love iceberg lettuce. Another thing you can do just, as a little snack is sometimes I'll take some iceberg lettuce or, like a piece of romaine or whatever, but I like iceberg because it's super crunchy and it's sturdy. And I'll just lay the chicken burger in there with a, chicken burger with a slice of avocado, tomato, and I'll make like a huge lettuce boat. And it's super crunchy and it's a pretty satisfying snack. Okay, great. So this is the third way I could use these organic prepped chicken burgers. So here is an example of how you can use your prepped chicken burgers we did in a previous video, 3 different ways. We have soup, salad, and a sandwich. This is stuff I do all the time. I love sharing this stuff with you guys. Anything where I can use prepped, incredible, fresh, organic ingredients and then make it versatile is something that I love. Let me know what you guys think, and subscribe to my channel. Turn on notifications so you know when I put up a new video. And thank you for watching. I'm just gonna stand here and have a little crunch and munch.